With the 2024 Digimon World Championship coming to an end, there's been a ton of info and leaks shown to us on what we can expect in the upcoming season of 2025. One of the features we saw was that having Renamon holding onto a smartphone with the Digimon card back on it. And in the official DigimonCon stream, we have got the biggest reveal yet. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally getting the official Digimon Card Game Simulator, which is also known as Digimon Alysion. Although the trailer video was short, but there was a ton of information given to us where I want to dive deep in today's video and take a look at what we can potentially expect and everything we know so far. So far, we know the game is going to be available as an app for smartphones, but I'm hoping that we can get access to it through various platforms such as consoles and especially PCs in the future after the initial launch. One of the first things that I noticed is that you can see the character putting on a VR headset as they enter the game, and I wonder if that is going to be potential future support as well, which is kind of recreating an experience of what the Digimon Liberator webcomic is like. As we enter the game, the very first footage that we can see is the entire battlefield, and I want to take a closer look at exactly what we can identify. First and foremost, we can see a full-fledged game that we are most familiar with for those who play the Digimon card game already. There is the Tamer card and the Agumon card in the battle area, the memory gauge system with the main deck placed to our right and then the Digi Egg deck placed to the left. I also noticed that there are altar cards with the BT5 Omnimon and the BT1 Wargreymon on the most left side of the player's hand. Another thing to note is that there is actually a mouse cursor that is hovering on top of the Greymon card as it places it into the battle area. Now I know this is mostly footage in development, and after all, these app games are really designed by computers anyways, which is a normal thing, but this really shows me that I'm really hoping for it to come out in a PC version so that I can play it on the desktop instead. There is a HUD with various buttons and a timer counting down on probably showing how much time you got left before your turn ends, with a completely different background that includes grassy fields and a earthy area, which is fairly similar to some of the other card game simulators that you guys may know of. And now let's talk about all the other cards, where we can see a section that it seems to be a pack opening, which includes 6 cards per pack as each card reveals itself one by one. This tells me that these packs can be either unlocked during as you progress throughout the game, or you can actually purchase them directly with microtransactions. There's also a deck builder where we can see that there is a 50 card main deck cap, and as well as the Digi Egg deck, which has up to 5 eggs. And you guys can see that these are the rules that are exactly the same as how we build our decks for the current Digimon card game. There's a auto deck builder button, which is generally a very good feature to help beginners get into learning how to build a deck for the very first time. All cards that we've seen revealed from the trailer so far are from the original BT1 set and from the starter decks, except for one card, which is the BT5 Blitz Omni. This tells me that the game is likely going to be starting from the early days of Digimon when it first started, as they continue to add newer cards over time to increase the card pool specifically just for the phone game. I'm personally a huge fan of this because this will really take me back with nostalgia as I started playing the card game for the very first time, and the fun fact is, I didn't start playing in BT1, I actually started playing in BT4, so it would be really nice to have the opportunity to relive this moment, but in a different medium. After opening packs and building your deck, in the next scene, we can see that this is potential where the online battles will happen, where the screen is showing us as we search for an opponent. Since there are online battles, this is where the huge potential lies, as the game can take many different directions to grow even further. One is by winning more packs, by winning your online battles. There could be exclusive tournaments where you can unlock even more packs and win prize cards with alt arts in them depending on how well you do. There are opportunities to create a ranking system and enter into the competitive scene with a different format compared to the current card game, and then they could coexist with each other, where it can also have its very own regionals, nationals, and then its world championship level, just like how Yu-Gi-Oh! And Master Duel coexist with each other in the final grand stage. One of the most interesting things that was announced during the review is the inclusion of Digi Ally, which are also known as original cards to be designed specifically only for Digimon Alysion. Now I'm curious if these cards are exclusively only for the game, or will they ever actually bring these cards to the real life card game as well? Or would it be a completely different mechanic which changes the way of how we play the original Digimon card game. Say, for example, like a deck master, because the term ally seems like a mascot or something that stands on the sides that helps you out and provides you buffs, or even kind of like dueling skills that can give you additional advantages throughout the course of the game. So far, the only thing I can dig out is from this specific screen showing the Agumon line, where each individual Digimon can be selected separately, and I'm not sure what the purpose is actually for. Perhaps they're just icons just to determine your level or rank. But one of the interesting things is that you can actually see Bodemon, which is a level 1 Digimon which we have never seen before in the physical version of the card game. It also seems like there is a experience bar right underneath Bodemon, which is 0 out of 50, and maybe you can level it up as you go, and there is also a Digivolve button right in the center, which probably tells me that probably would be your Digi Ally. These are just assumptions based on what I can see so far, but I'm definitely looking forward to learning more about it in the future. Next, we were also shown new characters and new Digimon, which normally tells me when a game has characters in it, that means there's a high chance that there's going to be a story mode that are based off of them. Cutscenes of Wargreymon and Metal Gurumon were part of that portion, which can probably mean they're either boss animations as you bring them out or as you make a finishing attack move into your opponents, or it could just really be part of the story itself. It is always fun to learn more about different Digimon stories, worlds, and enrich the lore while playing the card game, learning all the basics at the same time. But the most important thing that needs to be included are unlockables, whether it's cards, packs, gems, or accessories to give incentives for players to play the story mode itself. Personally, I would prefer it to be an ongoing game which will have constant updates, new patches, additional story chapters, and as well as new seasons, special events, and everything there to help us unlock and access even more cards and accessories to further build up our collection even bigger. And then eventually we can build a ton of different decks and compete, and hopefully one day we can take it into the world stage, becoming one of the world championships, part of the Bandai Card Game Fest. Since this is a phone game after all, I would expect Bandai to take this route and take it seriously because it has the potential to becoming one of the biggest things ever. But what are your thoughts? Am I being overly optimistic? Let me know in the comments on what else you guys also think that should be included, or do you expect from this new game, Digimon Alysion. There's no information on the release date of this game just yet, but we do know that there's going to be a beta testing session, so we're just going to have to sit tight until we find out more about it in the future. There's also an official webpage where you can stay tuned for more news, and also check out the trailer if you haven't done so yet. I'll leave a link in the description box down below and in the pinned comments. Overall, I'm just super happy about this announcement. It's going to be a fantastic year for Digimon upcoming with the card game as well, and I definitely look forward and just can't wait for the game to be released, because I'll be making a ton of content, whether I'm going to be streaming or coming up with fun ideas. We are going to enjoy ourselves to the maximum level. And if you guys are just as excited and want to see me cover Digimon Alysion content on the channel, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell to stay tuned. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are. See you in the next video. This is AVAULT signing